Hello everybody, my name is Alyssa Cooper and this is Cooking in Quarantine. So today we're making butter chicken. So butter chicken, if you don't know, is a sort of a classic modern Indian kind of dish. Like tikka masala, it's a dish that's found in India but also in pushcarts in London and in Melbourne and all over the country. There's lots of this kind of influence you find, in the cooking all around the southern hemisphere. So, because this is not a quick dish to make, I got up this morning and I've gotten the butter melted to frothy, and I have put my chopped onion in here, and when I read through the notes, I saw that somebody said to go ahead and put the cinnamon stick in early because it just helps to get that flavor all through everything. So that's what I've got right here. And now this is a New York Times cooking recipe. I am making it in half because otherwise it would just be such a crazy amount of food that I would have to be like looking for people. Hello, Kathy, how are you? So here we go. I'm just had to buy. I've never bought cumin seed before, so this is a new thing for me. I'm gonna have to redo my spice drawer because I now own so many spices, it's getting kind of out of control. So this says that once my onions are translucent, and the largest percentage of them are, except the few on one side, because frankly, it's strangely warm today, and so I had to crank the AC on just to get it cool enough to be able to stand to be in here for a few minutes. So, okay, here we go. Now what I'm going to do is get my ginger knob peeled. I did not do that this morning, so I'm going to do it the wrong way. Normally you would want to use a spoon so that you don't really lose any ginger, but I'm going to do this the speedy way with my handy-dandy paring knife. So this, I need about a tablespoon and a half of ginger, and I think that's probably just about what this would give me. Here we go. Get that all down in there. I love to microplane. Oh, I love to microplane right in the middle of the day. Here we go. That is looking beautiful. Go. So, ginger knocked in, and 2 cloves of garlic. I've got one medium-sized onion in here, a half a stick of butter, and a cinnamon stick. Let's get this down to there. 1 and 2. I've got 2 really meaty garlic cloves, nice and big, so that I don't have to actually grind my fingers into them as well. Perfect. Sticky hands from garlic. Sticky hands. It's amazing how sticky garlic can be. Here we go. Excellent. And also, it calls for a tablespoon of cumin seeds, and I happen to have a half tablespoon on my measuring spoons, so I'm going to try to be precise-ish. Cumin seeds. Bang. Here we go. Get this closed back up. So I hope you are well today. I hope it's nice wherever you are. What does it want me to do with these? Seeded and diced. So I seeded and split this jalapeno because it calls for Anaheim chilies or a red pepper. As yesterday, I had a hard time finding chilies, so I just grabbed this jalapeno. I went and I got in the bathtub like I love to do. You know my love of the bath. I've been soaking in the bathtub for like 20, 30 minutes when I thought, oh, I guess I better get up and get ready. So I splashed water in my face, and there was still so much capsaicin on my hands, my eyes burned like fire. So this is going to be a nice hot one, I think. What am I doing? I guess I need to stir this around a little bit. There we go. Give that a good stir, stir, stir. And then we're supposed to cook this until the onions start to brown. And from translucent to brown is quite a long way to go, and I hope that my garlic doesn't over toast before these onions start to brown. So I'm going to try to get this all very evenly distributed. I've got a cold spot over here, it seems, today. So let's get all this in here. It's starting to be very aromatic in this room. And then we can get up a little bit ahead. Okay, so while we're waiting for the onions to start to brown, I'm going to need tomatoes, chilies, and salt. And how much salt did I need? Oh, kosher salt to taste. That's not really a measurement, is it? But I do somewhere in my life have a little thing of kosher salt. And my chilies need to be chopped up, and I need to put my tomato in. So it calls for a tomato diced up. So let's get that baby ready to roll. I didn't get everything done, but I knew it would take a little time to get some of this stuff done. I hate it when you cut into a tomato, and you see it's like, not red all the way through. Bums me out. Here we go. Let's just give this a few cuts and a few more, because I think that this is going to cook long enough that this tomato will kind of disappear. There we go. That's a nice rough cut. There we go. Just make sure that I'm not doing anything wrong. It just says da-da-da-da-da-da. Tomatoes diced, that's all. So here we go. We've got our food mover ready to go when those are ready to go. And I think we need a little more time with the onions. That's why I got started early, because I knew it was going to take a while. I'm starting to get a little brown in the pan. That's one thing we're starting to get. Okay. Oh, it smells so good. So we do this, and then after we add this to cook, I gotta cut this chili. All right, so I realize I haven't done it because I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid it's gonna kill me. I'll never get the capsaicin off my hands again, and I'll hurt my lady parts or something, you know. That's always the worst part. Makes me think when we were kids, Mom and Daddy had a house on Main Street that the church met in for a while, I guess, while they were building their new church or something. And my little brother went out and was playing in a big pile of clippings and stuff that hadn't been bagged up and taken away, and it was full of poison ivy or poison oak or some kind of poison something or other, and I think all the little boys ended up with pants full of terribly sad days after going to the bathroom with unwashed hands. Now I'll kind of teach you to wash your hands, I think, right? So this will teach me to not wash my face with peppery hands. Here we go. So the next step for this is, oh good, things are starting to brown in here. This is looking good. Awesome. So let's add these tomatoes and this blankety blank jalapeno that's going to be the death of me today for sure. Let's get it all in there. And get that stirred around. I'm going to put those tomatoes right in the middle of that pan so it'll start softening up the brown, the fondant bottom from the butter. And now I'm going to wash my hand thoroughly. Hello, hello. Oh, so what we're making is butter chicken. This is a classic, the Indian food, the way Indian food changed when the English got there, right? Tikka masala, all those famous things that are sort of anglicized, right? Made, Indian food made so that white people can eat it, right? Because we don't normally, I've been having a towels are walking off problem. I know I pulled one out earlier today, but I don't know where it is. Yeah, there we go. So this is coming along. And I guess the other piece that I should tell you about is the thing that I did other than cutting vegetables is that I got up and got the marinade made. So I have in here, I have chicken thighs bone on, and it is a Greek yogurt, full fat Greek yogurt. Do not think you can use the diet stuff. And then it has, and let me tell you, it's got a lot of stuff in it, and I want to make sure I get it all to you. So, Greek yogurt, lemon juice, turmeric, garam masala, and cumin. And it was enough, like a tablespoon of each of those, a tablespoon, actually 3/4 of a tablespoon, since I'm making a half batch, and 1 tablespoon of garam masala, 1 tablespoon of cumin, in 3/4 of a cup of Greek yogurt. And so that Greek yogurt was really sort of well, as you can see, it's kind of like peanut butter, right? It's super thick. And it's been on here. And we're going to cook this all together with this stuff a little later. This needs to cook, it said about 10 minutes, and I'm going to presume it's been on a minute or two. So let's just let this do what it's supposed to do. And if you're out there saying to yourself, what's garam masala? Garam masala is one of those magical spice blends that you just have. If you have, you have. And this is cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, cumin, black pepper, and coriander, all blended together, right? Kind of like a curry powder, right? So this is a great thing. It smells so good. Like when I made the sausage, bean, and chicken thing the other day, and like I said, that the clove, even though nutmeg is standard in cassoulet, the addition of the clove is unexpected and surprising and delicious, right? Absolutely delicious. So these are cooking down nicely, and let's see. So this asks me to put chicken stock into this pan, chicken and marinade into the pan, and then add the chicken stock. Well, I've still got some of this hearty broth. I don't think it's going to be any problem to not open the new thing of chicken stock, because I don't like to waste. Remember, in pandemic cooking, we don't waste. We keep it going. We use what we've got. We sacrifice what we've got. Somebody else also, at some point, it says something about that I need teaspoons of canola oil, but somebody else also said in the notes that they didn't use it and that it was just fantastic. And also that they did, instead of using heavy cream to finish, that they used light cream. So they didn't have heavy cream at my grocery store. It's the weirdest thing, right? How quickly this country fell apart. We're the richest nation in the world, and we completely have lost our ability to keep, the lines of service going. There are several items that I bought regularly from Whole Foods that have gone and have not come back. It's always crazy to me when I get up and find stuff that's just not there. You know, I live in New York. I expect to be able to find anything, you know, within seconds of my front door. All right, so this is looking pretty good to me. So we're going to add all of this into here. Now, I read somewhere that you should never use skin in a curry, but I did not, it doesn't tell me not to remove the skin. So I am going to lay these down, skin side down, into this pot. Perfect and perfect. And we're going to get all of this yummy flavored yogurt out of the bowl, because this is nothing but pure, unadulterated flavor. Yum. Right? And who knew that butter chicken wasn't really butter chicken, but yogurt chicken, right? That even was kind of a surprise for me. So let's see. We're supposed to let this cook for 5 minutes. I'm really rushing it a little bit. A lot of it. I probably should have cooked my tomatoes. It's still the 3-minute mark before my tomatoes really are done. But otherwise, we would be here all day, right? And I know that we don't want to be here all day. So, this is going to cook here for another few minutes. And let me see what we have left to do here. So after we bring this, let this cook for 5 minutes, I'm going to add the stock to the pot. We're going to cover and cook for 30 minutes. And then after that, we're going to add a little bit of tomato paste and the cream. And then that's going to finish it, except for a little bit of chopped almond. So I've got slivered almonds here, and I will run the knife through them and chop them up even more there. But this is basically what we're doing here today, right? So this is a simmer dish. This would be a great thing. I am sure that you could, this is definitely one of those things that if you made it on Saturday, it would be great, even better on Sunday, right? Just serve it with a little rice on the side. Absolutely beautiful, I think it's going to be. How much of this do I need, of this stuff? I'm going to It calls for 2/3 of a cup of chicken stock, so really not a lot, just enough, because again, this is, I'm going to need half of that, so 4/6. What is it? Yeah, 1/3 cup, yeah. So 1/3 cup of stock. That's not really very much, is it? That's hardly even a handful. That's just a handful of stock. So anyway, guys, that's sort of it. That's what we're going to do for butter chicken today. I kind of was afraid it was going to take a crazy long time, but it turns out that it didn't take a crazy long time to get it together. So I'm going to cover this up, and like I said, after it cooks down for 30 minutes, it's going to ask for just a little bit, 1.5 teaspoons of tomato paste, so not a lot. And that was another note, is don't let yourself be fooled and think that you might need more tomato paste. Do not use more tomato paste than it calls for. And I saw in the notes, like I said, this is a New York Times recipe, New York Times cooking recipe, and I saw several people with Indian names say this is the best butter chicken recipe I've ever made. So there you go. Great butter chicken recipe. I'll post it later on YouTube. If you haven't gone to YouTube and found me and subscribed to my channel, do so, because we did have it. I had planned to move yesterday to YouTube, but we hit a technical difficulty that was just unforeseen, and we're trying to fix that. That should be fixed by next Tuesday. So I'll still be here on Facebook tomorrow, but hopefully we'll be moved to YouTube Live. I'll still post the links on Facebook, But if you want to join me live, you're going to have to go to YouTube. And so go to YouTube. The easiest way to find me is in the subject bar or in the spyglass bar. Type in one word, Decanted Diva. If somebody just had, one of my dearest friends just had the hardest time saying that. So let's see. Can you see it? I have my business card over here. I should have blown it up and put it on the wall. But it's Decanted Diva. You can't see that. Lord have mercy. Nothing at all. Anyway, to decant is to pour wine from the bottle in which it was brought to you into another container. That is to decant. So the past tense of to decant, decanted. And you know, those of you who don't know me, don't know that I was a girl singer. That's kind of what, you know, helped me to stand out when I was a young lady. And so diva, like a girl singer, right? So decanted, past tense, diva. I've already been poured out. Decanted Diva. One word into the spyglass on YouTube, and then you will see my face, and it's very easy. You click subscribe. That's a big button. You can't miss it. If you have a free device that you could go and hit play all and just let my 70 plus hours of cookings in quarantine play, I would be very happy, because that means that I could start really getting my subscriber numbers up and my viewer numbers up, and perhaps start getting some attention. So that's the whole point of making it and keeping it all together, really, is to see if I can have a virtual business. And my business has to be virtual because my business was always face-to-face before, and nobody's going to be face-to-face until 2022. So go help a friend, help a cousin, help your cooking in quarantine lady, and go subscribe and ask all of your friends. As my mother requested that I clean it up and try not to swear, that she understands that my generation doesn't care so much about swearing or not swearing, but that the older generation still does. So I moving forward will be more PG-13, even G if I can, but get everybody in your whole family to sign up. Sign up your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncles, your sisters, brothers, your children. Get them all to just subscribe. I just need the numbers. So there you go, guys. I hope everybody is well. And now that this has cooked down, I think for a good 5 minutes, I am going to just cover it up like it says. And I'm going to go here and get 30 minutes on my timer. Perfect. So I'm going to walk away until it's time to come back and add the cream, the tomato paste. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't ever add this, did I? See? I always forget something. I get all wrapped up and forget what I'm doing. So I'm just going to add a little, about a tablespoon in each corner to make sure there's plenty of moisture, and that seems about right. Voila! So now I'm going to walk away and wait until it tells me to come back and bother it again. And see, that was so little. I'm so glad I didn't open the chicken broth. There is no chance that there's going to be any meaningful difference in the outcome of this because I used hearty vegetable stock versus chicken stock. So there we go, because really what it's all about is all this stuff that gives all of this wonderful flavor. Cinnamon, garam masala, cumin seed, and turmeric. These are all things that went into this. That's where the flavor is coming from. I also have here some nice little cilantro. So, pardon me, at the end we'll just put a few cilantro leaves on top. I will throw some rice on to cook here in the next little bit, because that's the perfect way to serve it. Nice, beautiful bed of basmati or jasmine rice. A big heaping piece of thigh with all the delicious juices. Tear a little bit of cilantro on top. Bada bang. So when I finally get it finished and plated, I'll try to remember to take a beautiful photograph and post it to Instagram. So guys, thank you as always for being here with me. I love it. And you guys give me purpose, right? That's the whole point of cooking in quarantine, is to remember to be patient with your fellow man, to be patient with yourself, to be kind to yourself, because our lives are going to be different for such a long time that they're never going to be the same again. And so just get patient, get comfortable with this. Come join me, right? I'm trying to turn it around, make my business a different thing. So if I can't be in person, I'll be with you virtually every day. I love you all. Thank you again for coming. Cook something good for yourself. Get some sun in your eyes. Hello, Lucy. And have a great day.